Welcome to Community Talk, a public affairs presentation of the MSA United Way and Super Talk 1270. Now your host, Jena Gullo.
Good morning, Bismarck Mandan. Hope everyone's having a great day today. Thanks for tuning in. You are listening to United Way's Community Talk, and we have a stellar show for you lined up today. Later in the show, we will be talking with the MSA United Way Board President, Ms. Leslie Oliver. We're excited about having a chance to sit down and learn everything and anything about Leslie. I can't wait. And then co-hosting with me today, I'm always excited to have you in studio here, is Nicole Peski, the marketing manager of United Way.
Hey, thanks for letting me tag along.
Tag along. You kind of planned the whole thing, Nicole.
And I drove myself.
So not necessarily like tagging.
Right.
But you are invited to tag along anytime.
Thank you. I love it.
It is fun, isn't it?
It is. It's super fun.
Jim's
a great host.
I know. We are so grateful to Town Square Media and Super Talk 1270. They not only donate all the airtime for us to be here and harass the community every other Tuesday.
Right. They're great to work with.
Yeah, but they give us great deals on commercials and PSAs, and you're going to be in here with one of our premier sponsors, I see.
Yeah, tomorrow we're recording a commercial with BNC Bank, so yeah,
that is so
exciting.
Cool. That is so cool. So if you're listening out there and you want to partner with United Way, if you aren't yet, you can become a premier sponsor, and what that means is you make a donation of $5,000, but in return, you get a lot of marketing perks.
Yeah, you get a ton of marketing perks. Yeah, you get about, over $1,000 worth of commercials alone, and then a month of digital billboards. We're excited about that. So we went digital this year, and it's at 6 different locations around Bismarck Mandan.
That's exciting. And so we have a lot of people that are sponsoring. We have BNC, Wells Fargo every year. University of Mary is a sponsor. Didn't you do a photo shoot with Sister Thomas Welder?
Yes, they actually did one out there. Isn't she the best?
Oh, love her. Yeah. She's one of our United Way Board of Trustee members. Did you know that?
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah. So we are just blessed. We have so many good people involved in the leadership of our United Way. I'm blessed to be a part of it. And we're happy to have you on our team, Nicole.
Right. Happy to be here.
Woo!
Yeah.
So we just finished our Little Black Dress campaign, and I'm actually, if you look at me today, it looks like I'm still wearing a little black dress. But
yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago. Have you been wearing black ever since?
Well, I just figured I'd extend it.
Yeah, it's a good cause. Yeah.
Bring awareness to poverty.
Yeah, it was just an amazing week. What a great group of women.
Wow.
I shouldn't say women, maybe. I think we had a man that participated and wore a black suit, right?
Really? Where at?
From Glance.
Oh, Matt?
Yeah, I think Matt. Yeah.
Oh, I love Glance Salon.
Yeah. They're great over there.
They are great.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was awesome. It was just a really great week full of lots of awareness and lots of social media. It was so much fun to see people posting about what, in regards to poverty in particular, they cared about. So
yeah, it was really interesting. So for our listeners out there who might not know, United Way has a Little Black Dress campaign, and it's to raise awareness on different issues in poverty. And so a woman wears the same black dress for one entire week, and it's to really highlight that there's a lot of women that we're helping through United Way that don't have a wardrobe full of clothes. And so many wardrobes that we all complain about because we have so much.
Yeah, too many.
All the shoes and dresses and clothes, and we can never have enough. And yet someone might not even have a week's worth of clothing that professional atmosphere.
Yeah, it's neat. And then at the end of the week, the ladies, they turn in their dresses to us, and then the dry cleaning is all donated, and the dresses go to the career closet at Seeds of Hope. So it's pretty neat. Women who need professional attire can go in there and get, I think, up to a week's worth of professional outfits for free.
Yeah, so it's a little different. So if you do know anyone out there who's in need of this service, all they have to do is go into Seeds of Hope. They do have to mention that it's a career closet that they're looking for. Otherwise, it's just their thrift store. But they have a special part of the store sectioned off for women that are going back into the workforce that just need a little hand up.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're in, go in there, check out what they're all about, and then you could even look at their Halloween selection.
Ooh,
They have
I'm gonna
a
go.
costume shop.
Now we're talking.
Yeah,
Halloween
right.
is my favorite.
Right,
but
right.
we have to say a special thank you to the 208 women that participated in the Little Black Dress campaign, and also to Ann Andre. She sponsored the entire celebration event on Thursday, where, another thank you, we had a Carson Wentz jersey.
Yeah, it was
Autographed.
Boy, that was a hot item. I think and it was so funny because after the jersey was auctioned off, and people wanted to take their picture with the jersey. So yeah, so big thanks to Ted Cash. He's the one that got his hands on that. So
Yeah, and it went for big bucks. So
Yeah,
all
it
for a
was-
good cause.
it
All
was
for a
great.
good cause.
Yeah, it was super fun to look back at the pictures after the event and see how much fun everybody was having. It was just so evident on those pictures.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a great time.
So you have another business that's helping us out tomorrow. Well, we have businesses that are helping us out every day. For
I'm
the
like, what-
shred.
Oh my
for
goodness!
United Way.
We have
yeah.
so much going on tomorrow. You should have seen the blank look on my face there. So we have,
Nicole.
because we're packing backpacks tomorrow, and big thank you to Wells Fargo for that. And we have some volunteers from Kohl's helping us out. So, but yes, tomorrow at noon we have Shred Day for United Way, and if you go to Record Keepers, you can actually bring two big boxes of shredding, and they'll shred it for free. All you have to do is make a donation to United Way. So it's a pretty awesome deal. They're located in Vermont Avenue, which is in, Eastern Bismarck, kind of by Public Works over there, 2624 Vermont Avenue.
Okay,
so I'd
perfect.
love to see you.
And then you did mention the United Way backpack program. It's not too late for people to get involved. It's only $5 for food that will last a child an entire weekend. And so we have Wells Fargo and Kohl's packing for us tomorrow. We're delivering 745 backpacks to kids in Bismarck and Mandan.
And it goes up every other week.
Yep. And then you are collecting coins, and it's for a good cause.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Coins for a Cause is going on last week and this week. So if your child brought home a plastic Ziploc bag, do not ignore that plastic Ziploc bag. So put some money in it. And, last year we raised over $13,000 for the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. That's what that money goes towards. So
That's so cool, because then kids get a free book in the mail every single month. And our costs are only $25 for every child. So if you want to sponsor a child for the whole year, it's only $25.
$25. And they say that 62% of low-income kids do not have one single children's book in their house. And I look at my house, and I can't picture how that's possible. But we need to get books into the hands of kiddos.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Well, thanks for putting that on. And so we will be back. We are going to be talking with the lovely Ms. Leslie Oliver,
Yay.
board president for the Missouri Slope Area-Wide United Way.
Right now, 56.
Live news headlines and weather together. Weekdays on Super Talk 1270.
Welcome back. You are listening to United Way's Community Talk. I'm Jena Gullo, the executive director of the Missouri Slope Area-Wide United Way. And we are asking you to like us on Facebook. We are at facebook.com/MSAUWay, because we are always posting some really exciting, interesting things on there. Nicole Peski is co-hosting with me today. She's our marketing manager, and she arranged for thousands of apples to be included in our United Way backpacks this weekend.
Yeah, it was amazing. I think we just put out the message on Facebook, and we got tons of people that responded and said that they had more apples than they knew what to do with. So we lined them up with volunteers. And actually just on Sunday, we had over 25 people just on Sunday that were collecting apples for us. So by the end of this week, we'll have had about 5,000 apples going into our backpacks for those kiddos to give them a healthy snack. So it's a pretty amazing deal.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that about the power of United Way. And another reason why I love United Way is because of the leadership that we are so blessed to work with. And speaking of, we have our United Way board president in the studio with us, Leslie Bach-and-Oliver from Vogel Law Firm.
Well, good morning, ladies. It's my pleasure to be here.
Thanks, Leslie. When I asked you to be on the board, what were you thinking? Why did you say yes?
Well, I said yes because you made it sound interesting, and I really didn't know what to expect. And I think the most surprising part of being on the board is learning the scope, the reach that our United Way has. It's just amazing. The scope of the impact on the community, and from the youngest citizen to the elderly, and all walks of life. It's just a wonderful, wonderful cause, and very well run.
Thanks to you. I listened.
No, thanks to you.
No, thanks to you. No, you know what? We are really.
And your staff.
Yeah, we have a great team. We're only 5.5 strong for staff members, and that's why I say everything we do through volunteers, because we wouldn't be able to pick 5,000 apples.
Oh my goodness.
Just little things like that really takes the whole community. And what I love, Leslie, about your leadership, I love a lot of things about your leadership, which is why you were nominated by fellow board members to be on our board of directors. But I love your openness, your receptiveness to new ideas. For example, when we were talking about hunger, we started the conversation back in March at a board meeting, and talking about, what's the need in our community, and should United Way play a role in fulfilling it?
Well, and there was a need. You brought an incredible need for a daily meal. And the absence was, we had no daily meal site in Bismarck or Mandan. And in particular for school-aged children during the summer. Mm-hmm. So you brought the idea to the board, and we kicked it around, but a meeting later, we had a summer meal program.
Yeah.
And brought in both school systems, Bismarck and Mandan, and thank you very much to Tamara Uzelman and Jeff Lind, who are also board members, by the way, who contributed their time, energy, resources, and their dietary staff to assist. It was an enormous effort, and we found the funding, thanks to you, Jena, and had two meal sites for the summer, one in Bismarck, one in Mandan.
We
daily.
Expanded it to 8 this summer.
Okay, well, I stand corrected. We had 8 meal sites.
Isn't it crazy? And volunteers at each of those sites.
And meals for both children and adults. It was a wonderful effort, but that's an example of what the United Way can accomplish.
In a very short period of time, we served 16,452 meals this summer.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to look.
Congratulations.
My next idea is going to be doing something like that for the wintertime. So everyone stay tuned.
Right.
I'm not kidding. I'm really not kidding. I just haven't figured out the logistics yet. But
it's so important when you go there and you see what they say and you see their faces. It's so vital.
Mm-hmm. And it's important to remember that we have that need in our community. I mean, that's the most surprising thing to me as a board member, is to learn that we have such a great need for food sites. There is food insecurity in our communities.
1 in 5 kids in Bismarck Mandan are dealing with issues of hunger.
And that's shocking.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is super shocking. So I know what Jenna was talking about, the heart of our board. I think that's so great, is this is a group of people that is so all in and passionate about community. And so I'm just, out of curiosity, I'm just wondering, is there anything in particular that sort of pulls at your heart as far as what you, we've been talking this year about how we live united against issues in our community. What is it that you live united against?
Well, I think the poverty issues with respect to children and the backpack program. In our office, we contributed a weekend of food, and we packed the little backpacks for each of the 780 children, and then delivered it. And that process for my office was it changed us and really brought us together and made the need in our community real. And we had staff members delivering to the schools where their children attend, which was enlightening and really gave all of us an appreciation of the problem and the solution, which is what the United Way is focused on.
So, Leslie, I'm going to switch gears here for a moment. You know, as a female leader in our community, you've really, you're a partner at Vogel Law Firm. You've been the chamber president. You're now the board president. What advice do you have for other female leaders like Nicole and myself?
Boy, that's a tough question.
And because I feel like we're very much still in Bismarck-Mandan in a very male-dominated community. I mean, let's be honest here. And I love working with the CEOs of so many of the companies that support us, but 99.9% of them are males right now.
Boy, I don't know if I have any advice except to focus on what you love doing and do it and get involved. If you want to get involved, then you have to take the first step and get involved and raise your hand and volunteer. And after a while, you end up being asked to serve as the board chair. And if you want to do that, then do it. And you can figure out a way. I think there are many wonderful opportunities for women in this community. And not to pick on Tamara Uzelman, but she's a wonderful example of a female leader in our community.
Yep. And you're just, I love how you approach situations too, because you're just you listen, which I think is unique in this day and age, but you really listen, then you assess, and then you respond, and you're always so darn nice. Are you? Probably not in the courtroom. I don't know. Probably not in the courtroom, Leslie. I've never seen you in action there. So, but I just appreciate how you look at different issues that we are bringing to the board, and you always offer just great and sound guidance.
Well, thank you. I'm not sure what to say, but thank you.
So, Leslie, when you talk to other leaders in the community, how do you explain United Way? I mean, why do you support the United Way? What do you tell people?
I tell people that the United Way really has a mission. And from the first penny that's collected, there's a real good sense of where that penny is going, where any donation is going. The applications for assistance or for funding are extremely well vetted. And the agencies and individuals that are funded are tested, and they have to show proven results. Accountability. And the best thing is that the United Way provides assistance for agencies so they can become better, more efficient, more effective. I mean, it really is across the board a wonderful service provider for nonprofits.
Well, we appreciate your service to our community through United Way. Leslie Bach and Oliver, a partner at Vogel Law Firm and also a sponsor of our United Way. Thank you to Vogel. We will be back in just a couple minutes to talk with one of our agencies, the YMCA.
Right now, 56.
News headlines and weather together, live on Super Talk 1270.
Welcome back. You are listening to United Way's Community Talk. A special thank you to Town Square Media and Super Talk 1270 and Jim Walsh for doing all this for us every other week. You can find us here from 11 to noon. Co-hosting with me today is the marketing manager at United Way, Nicole Peski.
Oh, nice to be here. Boy, Leslie was good.
God, she's great, isn't she?
Yeah, you know, I love what she was saying about how people just need to get involved, about specifically women. And we have so many great opportunities to get involved at United Way. Everything from participating in Day of Caring all the way up to being on the board. So,
I know, and being a community impact reviewer, which we could have and should have talked more with Leslie about that, because she's been doing that for years, where she's one of nearly 40 people in the community that are making the recommendations for who gets funded and how much, and if there's, you know, certain programs that aren't meeting needs, or we have needs in the community, we have to create some, you know, efficient ways of meeting that need. I mean, that's what our community impact reviewers and committee, that's what they're all about.
Yeah, it's huge. So if you're not on our mailing list out there, go to the website and get signed up for our newsletter and just poke around and see what options are available to you.
You know, and we really use Facebook. If you want to be more engaged in what's going on in the community, even if you're not ready to raise your hand yet and volunteer, go on to Facebook and like us. We're at facebook.com/MSAUway, and we are always posting just different needs and different ways that people can become more involved.
And some great stories that we hear. And we actually just posted something recently about Livestrong starting.
I know.
So,
it's such a good program. Yeah. We have in the studio with us today Jena Barnhart from the YMCA. She's a wellness specialist. And then Craig Taylor, whom I have just had the honor to get to know this campaign season, because he's been blazing the campaign trail with us, going to different businesses and talking about how Live Strong, one of the programs funded by this United Way campaign, has been changing his life. So thank you both so much for being a part of our program today.
So happy to be here.
Yeah, so Jena, I love your name. What a pretty
Thank
name
you
you have. I don't get a chance to meet a lot of Jenas, do you?
I haven't met very many at all.
And so, but you're Jena with two N's.
Two N's.
I'm just one. My parents kind of, I don't know, they decided. It wasn't even their decision. They saw it on like a cast of characters, you know, coming up on a, well, isn't that interesting, cast of characters? I'm a little bit of a character myself, but in a movie, and so it was a name of an actress or something.
That's funny. I think there's a lot of people named after soap opera characters. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Well, that might fit as well. The drama. No, I hate drama. So, Jena, but tell us about the Livestrong program at the Y.
Well, the Livestrong program at the Y is a 12-week free exercise program, and it's for anybody who has been diagnosed with cancer at any time in their life, and it's to help them if they've become deconditioned with their fatigue, just to kind of get back on their feet and gain some strength.
Wow. And so you said it's free for anyone?
Completely free. So you can be diagnosed with cancer at any time. You can still be going through treatment as long as you're cleared by a doctor, or you could be 20 years out and just feel like you need a little boost, gain some flexibility and some balance, and it's completely free.
Oh my gosh. And so Craig Taylor has been talking to businesses about your story. How did you hear about the Livestrong program, Craig?
Well, that is actually my wife and my sister saw it in the YMCA brochure.
Nice.
And they said that this is something that they thought that I should try. Mm-hmm. I didn't think I could, because I had no energy and no muscle mass left from the aggressive treatment I went through.
Oh, wow.
So thank you, by the way, to United Way for providing the program for free by funding the Y to do that. And it's an amazing program. Amazing.
You know, I just had a presentation this morning, and Bill Bauman, the director of the Y, came along with me to talk about different services. And I was saying how grateful we are to the YMCA, because everything we do at United Way requires partnerships. I mean, everything. And so the fact that the YMCA identified the need for this program in the community and then is willing to put forth the effort, I mean, doing the money part of it, I mean, yes, that's needed, because it probably wouldn't happen without the money from United Way. But it's those partnerships that really make it happen. And Jena, I mean, that's what the YMCA is all about. I mean, when you when you look at working with these participants that are involved in Livestrong, I mean, that just has to be an awesome feeling to see their progression.
It is amazing. When you see them first come into the YMCA, they're intimidated. You know, it's overwhelming. Some of them have never stepped foot inside a gym facility ever. And after, you know, a few weeks as it goes on, it is an amazing transformation. They're a little bit more confident. They can walk in with their head held high and they know what to do safely. And after the 12 weeks, they still feel confident to continue working out.
So what do you do with them?
So that we do basically everything. They get to experience group exercise classes that are private. So the instructors come in just for the Livestrong candidates.
That's amazing.
It is.
I
It's
didn't
so
know that.
nice. And it's tailored towards cancer survivors. So if anybody has any limitations or obstacles, we kind of take that into play. And then cardio, we definitely do flexibility and balance training and strength training as well.
So is there like a support component to it too? Do they network together?
The candidates
Yep.
as a whole. After a while, it becomes a support group, even though we don't advertise it as one. There's lunch dates and coffee dates, and people are bringing in treats and exchanging phone numbers, and it really becomes a tight-knit family.
That is just awesome. So, Craig, tell us about your story, because I think there's a lot of people listening out there who can relate and have someone they love going through the same thing.
No problem. Yeah, I was diagnosed with cancer in June of 2014. I had stage 4 prostate cancer.
Wow.
The first prognosis was that I would be on hormone therapy for the rest of my life, and I happened to ask, well, how long will that be? And I was told 4 to 5 years. Well, we went to Mayo after that, and they wanted to get very aggressive, and they did. I spent 2 months straight at Mayo with radiation, chemo, and the hormone therapy. And it was so aggressive, it drained my body of all my energy, my muscle mass. I got off all treatments in March of this year and joined Livestrong in May 24th.
Wow. So this
Yeah.
is recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and within 2 or 3 weeks, I was amazed at the progress that I made. And the best thing of it all is they meet you where you're at. Okay, there's no pre-perceived, you got to be here, you got to do this or whatever. They meet you where you're at. And Jena does a great job of the training. And it's just amazing. My energy level is back to where it was probably 20 years ago. We've been able to do things, a mountain bike, hike.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Things I couldn't do for 2 years because I didn't have any energy. So the United Way and the Why, I can't thank them enough. So thank you.
Giving you a whole new lease on life.
Yes, ma'am. It's totally different. I love every day.
Craig, you have to be such an inspiration for other people who are going through that program as well. Do you still keep in touch with some of them?
All of them.
No kidding.
Just about all of them.
Wow.
You get to be, what's nice about the program is the folks that are in it have been through exactly the same things that you have. So you talk about it, how it affects the training with the food, how to eat, how to exercise. And there's a lot of talking in between of saying, I just can't do this yet. Well, you just learn. You just learn, to talk, and it's great. The people were all great, and the people at the Y, fantastic.
And you actually ended up joining the Y now.
I did. Yes. Yeah. So.
We were talking the other day about how, you didn't know about this program and you hadn't been a part of the Y in the past. But there were, and you could afford to be a part of the Y, but that there were many people in the program who could not afford being a member.
That is correct. And they don't like to say it, but, you learn through the program, talking to the people. They wouldn't have been there if it wasn't for the funding from the United Way and the YMCA providing the service. They wouldn't have been there.
That's just awesome. Goes to show what happens when you have strong partnerships when people come together to really be here for everyone in the community. You're listening to United Way's Community Talk. We'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Right now, 58.
Dave Ramsey is heard here. Super Talk 1270.
Welcome back. You are listening to United Way's Community Talk. I'm Jena Gullo, the Executive Director of the Missouri Slope, Areawide United Way, and letting you know we're looking for volunteers. We've got a couple different options going on here. If you are available to pick apples for us for our United Way backpack program, we have collected over 5,000 apples to include every weekend in the backpacks that go home with low-income kids. We are packing and delivering 745 backpacks tomorrow for this upcoming weekend. So let us know. And we also need people to do home delivery meals for the elderly. Our Burleigh County Senior Center is looking for a business to take one day, say you pick Mondays, and you do it for the month of October. They would really love that. If there's two of you that can steal away an hour, you can go over your lunch hour, and it is so much fun. I've done it before for Mandan Golden Age when they were in need of some volunteers, and so it's just a great way to make a difference and use the best hour of your day to serve other people. Co-hosting with me today is Nicole Peski. She's our marketing manager. And Nicole, our annual campaign is underway.
Yeah, right now we're working our way towards that $2.6 million goal, and we're early on. We're approaching 300,000 so far in our goal, and seeing that climb every day. So get involved. There's some ways that you can do that. If your company does not have an employee campaign, get in touch with us. We'd love to help you out with that. And you can always go to our website to find out more information.
Yeah, and those dollars are used to fund really important programs and solve problems like hunger in our community. When we were talking about the Burleigh County Senior Center, through that Senior Center and United Way's support, more than 44,000 meals have been provided last year at the Senior Center. And we've delivered over 39,000 meals to the homes of the elderly who might not have the ability to get out, and so that they're able to stay in their home sometimes when they're coming out of the hospital and they're trying to recover. It's nice to be able to have that extra support in the community, and also to know that we take care of everyone in Bismarck, Mandan.
Yeah, it's huge. Everybody, like Leslie said, from birth all the way through elderly, there's programs that cover them all.
You know, at the YMCA, it's one of those places where it's not just low-income folks that we're taking care of. And we are helping low-income folks through YMCA daycare scholarships so that parents can get back into the workforce and be able to still afford to have daycare for their children, which is a really great stepping stone for so many of the families that United Way supports. But we also helped to fund and start a new Parkinson's program where this last year there were 41 seniors who benefited from that important program.
Yeah, that's really neat. And I think that's a pretty new program, right?
Yeah, very new as of the last year or so. And so we've also been very blessed to have the partnership with the YMCA to help start the Live Strong program. And we have Jena Barnhart here with us, who is a YMCA wellness specialist, and then Craig Taylor, who's been a participant of this important program, who making us cry over the commercial breaks. Just incredible stories of lives changed through the YMCA's Live Strong program. Jena, thanks for being here.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
You know, we were talking over break just about, how some people might be hesitant about joining the program. And what advice do you have for them?
So I know there's a lot of people who have never stepped foot inside of a gym facility, and I get the phrase, I don't think I can do this, a lot. People will call in and say, am I able to do this? I've never lifted weights before. I'm very fatigued. Like Craig, when he first came into the program, didn't even want to get out of bed in the morning. So my advice would be, give it a shot. We will meet you where you're at physically. We will never push you past any kind of level that you cannot go, but we will challenge you because you might be surprised surprised what your body can do. In over just a few weeks, you will realize your fatigue levels will decrease as your strength increases, and your self-worth also increases too, which is really neat. We've had anxiety and depression testings done at the beginning and the end, and the results are just amazing.
No kidding. I bet. And so this is a program for our listeners out there who might not know. This is a program supported by United Way that's new to our community that caters physical activity and health and nutrition towards people who are either currently diagnosed with cancer or are survivors.
Correct. Yes.
And so how many days a week, what's the commitment level, especially when I imagine this is a time when it's hardest for people if they've just been diagnosed with cancer, and how can they fit that into their routine as well?
Right. So what we do is Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 hour and 15 minutes, twice a week. So it ends up being 12 weeks from the beginning to the end. And through the hour and 15 minutes, we do visit at the beginning, catch up, make sure everybody is doing all right, and usually have a nutritional topic or an informational topic dealing with certain cancers, and then we'll go into the workout portion. We've had people halfway through the hour and 15 minutes just needing to take a break and stay and visit, and it ends up just being kind of a hangout session, and sometimes that's the only hour and 15 minutes they get out of the house. So it's really nice. And at the end of the week, 3 hours, sometimes that's more than you hang out with your friends. So it ends up becoming a really good support group.
So, Craig, you are just such a tremendous success story and advocate of this program. And we were talking over break if you still keep in touch with anybody in the program.
Yes, just about all of them.
That's unbelievable.
Either by email, mail, or you see them at the Y. There's a lot of them that are at the Y.
Wow. And so you were diagnosed with cancer and given 2 years ago, and were given 4 to 5 years.
Yes, ma'am.
You just finished the Live Strong program. You just started it in May, and you just had some incredible news a couple weeks ago.
Yes, I am, as of 2 weeks ago, I am cancer-free.
Wow. Wow, that's beautiful. Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. And again, I can't thank United Way and the Y. I know they didn't do the treatment, but they brought me back to where I was. Thank you.
Craig, you talk so highly of the program. Do you have any kind of words that you'd share with somebody if they're kind of thinking about whether or not they want to participate?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. No, it what's nice about it, and I know it's only an hour and 15 minutes twice a week, but I can't remember a session that we didn't go longer because nobody wants to leave. Okay, so we were just there. We would talk or keep working out or we do both at the same time. It was a fantastic group of people.
And you didn't always feel that way before you started.
No.
You know, what were you going through at that time? I imagine just getting back from Mayo with intense treatment.
Well, in shock.
Yeah, it was.
Fatigue.
Yeah. Oh, the fatigue was extreme, very extreme. Like I said, there's mornings I just didn't want to move, didn't want to get up. So, and then again, like my muscle mass, it was pretty much gone because of the hormonal treatment. It's part of the process. But like I said, within 2 to 3 weeks, I couldn't wait to get there. So it was a great experience, and if anybody's on the fence, I just suggest, please, just try it.
Yeah.
It's not going to hurt. So.
Jena, how do people get linked up with this program?
So the easiest way would be to call the YMCA or go online. Online, you can find the Live Strong under programs, the section, or if they call the YMCA, just ask for the Live Strong program. They'll direct to me exactly, and I'll give you the information you need. As long as you're 18 years and older and been diagnosed ever in your life with cancer, you are eligible for the program.
Wow. Craig and Jena, thank you so much. Craig, you're an inspiration to all of us, and we will keep you and your family in our prayers. If you are out there listening and you want to be a part of supporting the Live Strong program, please give to the United Way campaign this year. If you designate to the Live Strong program, 100% of those funds go to help keep that program alive. in our community. Nicole, are you needing help tomorrow with backpacks or senior meals?
You know, I think we're good for tomorrow, but boy, oh boy, in the future,
Yeah,
contact us.
We're always looking to put people to work at United Way. We pay by the rewards up in heaven.
Right, we're super fun.
And we're super fun.
Yes.
You can go online to volunteerbisman.com, especially if you're able to fulfill the need that we have delivering meals to the elderly. It's an hour at your lunchtime, right around the noon hour. If there's two of you, you and a friend can go on to volunteerbisman.com. Also, we are looking for new employee campaigns. That's how we raise the majority of the dollars at the United Way. And so, if you're a business out there, get signed up. It's really super easy and fun and great for morale for your team. And also for the women out there, join Women United. Go online to msaunitedway.org. We'll see you in 2 weeks.